Hello everyone. Rehabilitation and resettlement of refugees. The people displaced by partition were refugees in the sense that they had not left their homes voluntarily. The two new governments did not organize an orderly exchange of population. Refugee resettlement became the immediate challenge for both governments, India and Pakistan. The Indian government established an emergency committee of the cabinet to deal with the crisis in Delhi, and a Minister of Relief and Rehabilitation to look after the refugees. In view of large-scale influx of displaced people, the notion of evacuee property to be protected by government for any future return of those who had left for Pakistan became an empty rhetoric because it was almost impossible to force the refugees who settled in the empty houses of Muslims. This at a later time made the return of the refugees impossible. East Punjab. Some refugees were accommodated temporarily in refugee camps which were run till 1949. For urban refugees, the government started industrial and vocational training schemes, and even grants were given to start small businesses or industries. The rural refugees were given land, agricultural loans, and housing subsidies. Although the state government and the central government mobilized massive resources, it was still not adequate, and a general trend of differentiated entitlements to such benefits was observed. For example, refugees with social and cultural capital, class and caste status, and political connections often got better deal, while the depressed classes were given little or no consideration. Bengal. The problem was much more prolonged and complicated in Bengal. By 1948, only a small group of high caste landed or middle class Hindus migrated to West Bengal by arranging exchange of property or jobs on individual levels. But during December 1949 and January 1950, due to a fresh outbreak of violence in Khulna, a large number of peasants started to leave East Pakistan. In revenge, anti-Muslim riots started in February 1915 and forced about 1 million Muslims to leave West Bengal. This further aggravated anti-Hindu violence in East Pakistan. By 1951, about 15 lakh Hindu refugees arrived in West Bengal. But the Indian government did not recognize these migrants as refugees, and Nehru tried to send them back. Delhi Pact on Minorities. To resolve the problems of refugees and restore communal peace in the two countries, especially in Bengal, East Pakistan as well as West Bengal, the Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and the Pakistani Prime Minister Liaquat Ali Khan signed an agreement on April 8, 1950. The agreement, known as the Delhi Pact on Minorities or Nehru-Liaquat Pact, envisaged the appointment of ministers from minority communities in both Pakistan and India at both central and provincial levels. Under the pact, minority commissions were to be set up together with the commissions of inquiry to look into the probable cause behind the communal riots on both sides of border in Bengal and to recommend steps to prevent a recurrence of such incidents. Under the pact, India and Pakistan also agreed to include representatives of the minority community in the cabinets of East Pakistan and West Bengal, and decided to depute two central ministers, one from each government, to remain in the affected regions for such period as might be necessary. The pact provided for the creation of an agency entrusted with the task of recovering and rehabilitating abducted women. The idea was criticized by many scholars. The idea to encourage refugees to return to their original homes failed because the two governments failed to restore confidence among the refugees. Further, the properties of the refugees were declared as enemy property. India brought amendments in the Enemy Property Act 1968 in 2016 also. The provisions of the Nehru-Liaquat Pact was severely criticized by Hindu nationalists like Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, also spelled Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, and K.C. Neoji. Mukherjee resigned from the Nehru cabinet in protest as he believed that the refugee problem could only be solved through a transfer of population and acquisition of certain territories from Pakistan to rehabilitate the people who came into India. Centers of refugee settlement in India. In Delhi, Lajpat Nagar, Rajendra Nagar, Punjabi Bagh, Nizamuddin East, and Kingsway Camp were some areas developed into housing complexes to settle the refugees permanently. People who came from West Pakistan settled in states like Punjab, which at the time included the present day Haryana and Himachal Pradesh. The Sindhi Hindus settled in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, and Madhya Pradesh. Ulhasnagar, city of joy in Maharashtra, was especially developed to settle refugees from Sindh areas. West Bengal, Assam, Tripura, and other northeastern states accommodated the refugees from East Pakistan, present Bangladesh. The government settled some refugees in the Andaman Islands too. At present, Bengalis form the largest linguistic group in some parts of Andaman Islands. Like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you. Bye.